Welcome back to Gamer Life for our next edition of Raw right here in 2K19 Universe mode. Once again, so excited for this. I've absolutely loved making these last two videos, the one of Raw, the one of SmackDown. Like I say, we're back with Raw again tonight. It's in Fort Worth, I'm assuming that's Texas. But it is going to be a big one, and we are starting straight away because Roman's got something to say by the looks of it. So all week long, from all of you in the back, all of you in the stands, all of you watching, all I've heard is KO and Sami, they beat you, you lost in the main event. That's all I have heard. Social media, in the street, I've been able to go nowhere. So I want to remind you all of something. I was never pinned last week. I never tapped last week. I am the champion, and I've been getting nothing but disrespect off each and every one of you. Well, that is going to get put right tonight, because the big dog is calling out. Either, I don't care which one of you it is, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, one of you two is going to be meeting me in this ring tonight, and we are going to set the record straight. Wow, so what an explosive start to Monday Night Raw. The champion, the big dog Roman. He seems a bit annoyed, but at the same time, there seems to be a bit of a demeanour change with Roman at the moment. He seems a lot more confident in himself. And that's probably going to be our main event tonight. Roman Reigns versus either KO or Sami Zayn. If they answer that challenge, we will find out. But as well as that, we've got Alexa Bliss tonight against Lacey Evans. Alexa gets a chance to put her record straight as well after losing in bad fashion, you've got to admit, to Nia last week. Nia Jax, that is. Alexa, I would say, was probably one of the weakest performers last week, and being a champion, she needs to put that right sooner or later. So big opportunity for Lacey as well, especially why Alexa's coming off the back of a loss, so that could be an interesting one. And moving along, we have some tag team action. We've got the Deleters of Worlds against the newly signed to Raw War Raiders. Again, big opportunity for both of these teams, especially the War Raiders, going in against a legend like Matt Hardy and the very unhinged Bray Wyatt. Yeah, they've got an opportunity to get signed, which they've done, and now they've got an opportunity to kick themselves off in this universe mode with a win. And speaking of wins, that's exactly what Nia Jax started her universe mode career off with last week, like we mentioned earlier, against Alexa Bliss, no less. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for Nia to maybe get a bit of a streak going. She was definitely, I would say, up there as one of the best performers last week, in terms of she had a really good showing. She dominated the match from bell to bell with Alexa. So Ruby Riott, even though she's flanked with the Riott squad, has got a hell of a lot of work if she wants to kick off with a win in her universe mode career. But she has got her friends outside with her that could play a part in the match. You really just never know. Again, at the moment, everyone's still with that clean slate, so everyone's giving it their all at the minute, which is great to see. And giving it his all is exactly what Kurt Hawkins is going to have to do if he wants to do anything at all against Dean Ambrose. Both of these making their universe mode debuts today. Dean has got to be probably the favourite, you would say. So yeah, Hawkins, he's probably one who's going to benefit from this reset the most. It gives him a chance to really shake this losing streak that he's had previously. But he's going to have to work extremely hard if he wants to do anything at all against Dean Ambrose. Following that, we've got the Monster, and you've got to ask the question, with the comments that Roman made earlier, what kind of mood is the Monster gonna be in? I'm gonna put my money down and say he's gonna be in a hell of a bad mood. You know he's heard those comments. They're gonna sting an awful lot. And if Roman's been getting that kind of response from the result last week, you know that Braun has as well. So I say it's an opportunity for Rude, but I feel like he's probably been through into the Wolves, and yeah, I don't hold much hope for him, but he could get a surprise result. You just never know. But yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult for him to do anything at all against the monster. So that is what we've got coming up for you today. We'll see how these results get on shortly. But before that, we've got to head back to the back, because apparently we've caught up with Seth Rollins, who's really not in a good mood. So Seth, we finally caught up with you. What is it that you had to say? I'll tell you what I have to say. All I keep hearing is new era, new beginning, this, that and the other. Let me tell you, any era that Seth Rollins is in is the Seth Rollins era. I'm the best to ever do this. I'm definitely the best we've got now. And 2 weeks and I've not been put on the card. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm the one that can go out there and deliver week after week after week. That is why I'm the man that can say I am the best to do this. And anyone that disagrees with me, well, meet me in the ring tonight and prove me wrong. Okay, so yep, Seth was in a bad mood, and that is him and Roman that are threw down challenges tonight, so we'll see how that plays out. Elsewhere, we've got Alexa picking up a win against Lacey Evans, a much needed win after the battering she took against Nia last week. That will do Alexa's confidence the world of good. Not so much for Lacey. We'll have to see what happens with her there. That is her Universe Mode debut, and she ends up on the wrong end of the result. As do this really odd pairing. I still don't fully understand the dynamic between this team, the Deleter of Worlds. Very different personalities, and maybe that showed in the result tonight, because the War Raiders actually go on and pick up a really important win for them. It was their first time on Raw, signed from NXT just before all of this started, so yeah, they're on the right track already, and picking up a win against a legend like Matt Hardy will go a long way for them, you would imagine. Next up, we've got Nia Jax winning again against Ruby Riott, and just going to show that what I've already said about Nia, it's going to take someone really in form or something special to stop her. I really think she's going to be a massive part of this Universe Mode, and she's 2-0 at the minute, so gaining that momentum. She now is, I believe, on the most wins of anyone at the moment, so well done to Nia there. Following that, we had Hawkins against Ambrose, and well, it might be a fresh start, but it's the same old for Hawkins, I'm afraid, as he could do nothing to pick up the win against Ambrose, who also making a debut tonight, and he's also off on the right track. So yeah, what's going to happen with Hawkins, who knows, but he really needs to start picking up wins. I know it has been a reset and everything, but he can't afford to get on another losing streak, that is for sure. And next up we had Braun Strowman, who was probably in a very foul mood, expectedly picking up the win there against Rude. And that is going to lead us into our televised matches for tonight. The first of which is going to be Seth Rollins making his way to the ring. So he pretty much, we just saw him make a completely open challenge to anyone on the roster to come out and prove that he is not the best that we've got today. And he does have the Intercontinental title around his waist, so he is starting off as a champion. This will not be a title match. It may not even be a match. We don't know yet if anyone has answered the call, if anyone will answer the call. But in any event, we have got Seth on his way down to the ring, and we have in the past seen people hold the ring hostage until they get what they want. Is that what he's going to do here, or is someone going to jump at this opportunity in this new era to come out here? And imagine if someone, after all that talk that Seth has just gave, comes out here and actually beats him. That would be extremely embarrassing, and you've got to say, he has that belt around his waist. It could be a big opportunity if someone is able to come down here and do that. There's a lot of people we haven't seen on the card at the moment, so really and truly, he's done this obviously to get himself some coverage and get himself on the card, get himself noticed and seen. But also, by doing that, he's giving someone an opportunity here that may not have been on the card tonight to also come out here and get themselves noticed as well. I've got to say, the standard of matches on Raw versus the standard on SmackDown, I think Raw did put on the better matches, and their stars in the ring did put on better performances. So we'll see if that continues tonight. And it is Elias who has answered the call. We're about to walk with Elias. Very opportunistic move, but you've got to say, is it the smartest? We know Seth's always ready. We know what he can do in the ring. We know what he's capable of. Very first ever Universal Champion, even though that belt is not circulating in our Universe mode. He was the first to go out and do all that. He's a really impressive athlete, Seth, and he knows how to win. Elias still fairly new to it all. I think he's still got a lot to prove. He's got a lot of size, a lot of power. He's pretty explosive as well, so we'll see what he's got. At the moment, he looks more interested in his guitar, which is quite worrying considering the caliber of athlete that he's in there with. But this is a big opportunity against, you've got to say, a top tier star in Seth Rollins for Elias. Seth looks really fired up. He did in that little interview as well, so Elias is definitely going to have his work cut out here. But I don't think Seth was expecting to walk straight into that big left and then into the snap suplex, but you see there, kick to the spine, barely even affected Seth. I don't think he's going to be denied tonight, but again, I could be wrong, because impressive start by Elias, a quick start, exactly what he needed. Nice jawbreaker there though from Seth. Elias sidesteps him, and there's a lot of striking going on here at the moment. Seth bridging with that suplex. The ref took a second or so there to get into position. I don't think he was expecting that, which is bad refereeing really. But Elias got the kick out nonetheless, and Seth just driving them knees, or at least trying to, into the back of Elias. Make no mistake, Seth has put a lot of pressure on himself tonight, coming out here pretty much saying that it didn't matter who comes out, he's going to beat them anyway. So he really has got to stand up and make that W happen for himself tonight, because if not, he has got that safety net where he's bound to get another chance. He's got a title round his waist, but getting off to a losing start is definitely not something that you would want to be doing, especially when you've just come out here and talked such a big game like he has. So there is pressure on Seth tonight. Elias really, he's took this at short notice. He wasn't probably prepared to have a match tonight, where it seemed like Seth had already planned what he was going to do with that little interview. We'll just break there for the cover. Quick kick out from Seth. It was barely even a 1 count now. But Seth was obviously geared up and ready to go tonight. Elias has accepted this match on the fly. And you've got to say, really, for the difference in caliber between the two athletes, that Elias really has got nothing at all to lose tonight. It's Seth with everything on the line, and he has to deliver tonight. Where Elias really a good showing, even if he comes up a bit short, that will still rise his stock in Universe mode, you would imagine. But for me, Seth has got to win. He has put that pressure on himself tonight, like I said, and he's not looking too great at the moment. Elias has definitely had the better of this match. So Seth really needs to figure something out. Whatever he come out planning hasn't worked. And that could be another thing as well. Yes, he was ready to compete tonight, but doing it the way that he's done it and not calling out anyone in particular, he didn't know who was going to walk through that curtain tonight, and Elias looked like he was going to go for the drift away there. Seth felt it coming, he's gone in for the crab, but yeah, Elias far too close to the ropes there. But yeah, Seth didn't know who he was going to be facing tonight, and that could be a little advantage in itself for Elias, who again is looking very impressive at the moment. He's completely, what a left hand that was, or left forearm. He's completely dominated Seth at the moment from start to finish. Seth's tried on numerous times in this match already to try and raise the tempo of this match, but Elias is doing a really good job of keeping it at his pace. He's got Seth grounded at the minute now, and he's not let Seth build up any kind of momentum in this match at all. So good showing so far. If he can see this through to the W, that could be catastrophic for Seth, and it could be absolutely huge for Elias, who, oh, spine buster and a nice one, and he's gone straight in for the cover. It's a 1-2 and kick out from Seth, but that would have caught him by surprise there, and again he's tried to raise the pace of this match, and Elias met him and stopped him from doing so. But oh, that is a nice suplex from Seth there. I've not again seen that before, and he's definitely now trying to get himself fired up. Is this where the match turns and goes to a quicker pace? It looks like it might be. Sling blade there from Seth. What, is he going to follow this up now, or is Elias going to cut him off again? Nope, it's a small package into a super kick. That could be all. Seth's dragging him away from the ropes as well. Rollins could pick this one up out of nowhere. It's a 1, it's a 2, and it is a kick out from Elias. Nice little flurry there from Seth. That might have just swung the momentum into his favour now. He's going for the ripcord knee. He's hit that as well. He's pulling out all his biggest moves here, Seth. It's in the cover again. It's a 2, and this time it is a 3. Elias, really good showing. Unlucky in a way. He could just never hit that biggest move. He went for the drift away at one point, but Seth felt it coming. And well, he made some big claims before this match, Seth. He's took a bit of a pounding at the hands of Elias. No one can deny that. But as he does, as he keeps saying that he does, he goes to that ring, he gets the job done, and he's done it again tonight. I thought it might be over here. The little roll up into the super kick, nice move. Elias does well to kick out from that. And up until that point, he had been in complete control of this match. But then Seth followed it up with the ripcord knee, and it was just too much for Elias on the night. But you can see there that Seth's not that steady on his feet. He would have known that he's been in with a fight tonight. It's another good showing from the Raw Stars in the ring. But Seth said it. It doesn't matter what era it is. If he's there, it's the Rollins era, and well, he's proved it tonight. And that brings us on to our main event tonight. We still don't know what the main event's going to be. I've heard during the night that Sami is going to accept the challenge. And I've heard during the night that KO, Kevin Owens, is going to accept the challenge also. So we still don't know which one it is going to be. But Roman threw down the challenge. One of them's got to accept it. There's nothing from Batista tonight saying that this isn't going to go ahead, so the champion is going to get a chance to, as he put it, set the record straight. He came out and rightly said that he was never pinned or submitted last week, so in his eyes that means he has not lost. He's in his head still undefeated, and it was actually Braun himself who should take the L in that one. And that is something that makes me think when Roman had the mic earlier in the ring, the way that he's carrying himself since this new start, since Universe Mode came in, he looks calmer, he looks more confident, he's borderline cocky in a way. And that statement that he didn't lose, Braun did, shows that there might be a little bit of an attitude change in Roman. Like, you can see it now, the swagger in there, the crowd are just not taking to what he's doing at the moment, and it really does not seem to be phasing him at all. But he looks ready. You would expect him to be, as being the champion, and it is now time for us to find out which one of Kevin or Sami is going to walk through that curtain. And just to add a little bit more doubt in the mind of Roman, they have came out together, so we're still unsure which one of them is going to get in the ring. The ring announcer reckons that it is going to be Sami Zayn, but with them both out here, we knew that would be the case. But the fact that they've come out together, showing that solidarity and that unity that allowed them both to pick up the win last week, it's just adding that little bit more. It's making Roman wait that little bit longer. I mean, Kevin's in the ring first at the moment, so it could be him, but then Sami gets into the ring as well. It's all just mind games with these two at the moment. But the mood that Roman was in earlier, you've got to say, he said it himself as well, he doesn't care which one it is, he's going to run through them anyway. So we shall see. He's going to be Sami Zayn. We finally now know who is going to be in our main event. And you've got to say, it is a good main event again. Both of these shown out really well in the last week's main event as well. And as predicted, the fact that KO and Zayn picked up the win has managed to get them another main event slot tonight. And it's quite clever in a way for Kevin to not have accepted this match, because he was the one who picked up the pinfall on Strowman. So I'm guessing that even though he said he didn't care, Roman probably would have wanted the man who had got the pinfall last week over the other. So maybe that's just more little head games for them. And the other thing to note, that during that match, there's a big powerbomb there from Reigns, was that for me, just behind Nia, I mean, you'll all have your own opinions who saw last week's Raw. Sami for me was probably, like I was just about to say, right up there with Nia as one of the best performers last week in that tag match. So maybe he just feels that he's got a little bit of an edge on Owens at the moment, and that was a nice full Nelson there. Owens already coming in and playing a part in this match. Both he and Kevin have probably, when they was putting their plan together, knew that Roman was going to come out full of fire tonight, and they would probably have to, and he's just showing it. It's all high impact from Roman at the moment. But they would have, like I was just about to say, they probably, Kevin and Sami would have expected this, and knew that they were going to have to, well, that Sami was going to have to, disrespectful slap there from Reigns, was going to have to come out and weather the storm, just try and hang in there, let all that anger come out, and then if you can hang in there, because there's the Superman punch, then you can try and build yourself into the match slowly. Again, KO there getting involved, and the spear already as well. This could be a very quick main event. Kevin's just got down, the ref's gone down now, it's 1, it's 2, and Kevin pulls the referee out of the ring. That there should have been a disqualification, and Roman should have been heading to the back tonight with his win. KO is still, there's another big powerbomb there from Reigns, hanging around on the apron. It looks as though the ref's gonna throw him out. And just to play a little bit more mind games there, although it didn't really affect Roman, instead of walking around the ring, KO showing that little bit of disrespect there and just walked straight through it in the middle of a main event match. Complete and utter disgusting behaviour there from KO. But he served his purpose. Sami now needs to really build himself in this match, because his buddy is gone. They've rolled the storm, they've rolled their luck a little bit with Kevin getting involved. But Reigns doesn't look like he's going to slow down at all tonight at the moment, if we're being honest. And Sami has just got to show that same kind of heart that he showed in the tag match. Try and hang around in there, like I said, and start building some offense now. And just like he did last week, he's going to the legs, which is a smart move. If you started it last week, the odds are they may not be at 100%. You continue what you're doing. Nice half Nelson suplex there. And that game plan, if that was indeed their game plan, to just let Roman ride and get all that emotion out of him and then try and do something in the match. It seems like that's what they have done, what they've tried to do. At the moment though, Roman's just absolutely not being denied. And again, he goes into the mount position. Sami is trying to cover up this time though, and then a little disrespectful stomp there to the stomach. Roman did himself look very, very impressive last week. And he's opened Zayn up again. I'm pretty sure it was Roman that opened him up in the main event last week as well. And he's going to the top now, the big dog. You don't see this often, and that is a vicious knee straight to the chest. And he's trying to open up that cut further now. We've seen very vicious side of Roman at the moment, and this could be game because he's waiting for that spear. You feel it coming, but Zayn turns it into a DDT. He was expecting it this time. He's just checking on his cut there, seeing how bad it is. That's a big moment in this match. That could again be a turning point. Seth waited for one against Elias earlier and he made the most of it. And Sami has got to do the same now with Reigns because he has controlled most of this match. It looks for a second like he was going to go and take this to the crowd there, Sami, but he doesn't. He's kicked Roman back over. Is he going for a count-out victory here, maybe? Oh, big right hand there from Roman. Even if he was, it's not worked out. Roman's back ringside now, but Sami's knocked him straight back over that barrier again. And I think he's going for a count-out here. Any kind of win. Oh, Roman again just slams that right hand into his face. Win really close. Is that 8-9? Very close there. Sami absolutely stupidly there. Or did he reel him in? He's starting to build some momentum actually at the moment now. You can just see the confidence is growing in him a little bit. But you've had KO getting involved. That would obviously have been part of the game plan. Plan B for Sami, by the looks of it, was to try and get a count-out win and just run away with that. That hasn't worked, so we're probably at plan C at this point. And see if this one will work for him. Haluva kick from nowhere. He normally runs up to get ahead of steam on that. He hasn't done that this time. And will he pay for that? That's 1, 2, and Roman shoots that left shoulder off the canvas. So that's plan A, B and C not work. Sami, what have you got left in the locker now? There's that neck whip. He used that to good effect last week as well. He was really impressive, but we saw a lot out of Reigns as well in that tag match that we've not seen before, and he looked very, very impressive himself. He has gone back more to his striking game tonight, but we were seeing suplexes, power bombs, slams and things like that last week that we don't normally see out of Roman. And speaking of the power and the power bomb, another sit-out bomb there. And could that be it? It's not, because he's not going to go for the pin. That could have been a mistake. At this point in the match, you've got Sami bleeding. You've gave him a beating. He's already took the Superman punch and the spear in this match. I reckon Roman could have gone for the win there. And Sami again trying to cheat here, and that looks like it's just ticked Roman off more than anything. And that's probably plan D out the window for Sami as well. But again, I've got to say it has been another good display from him, and he's just going to slow it down. This, for as much as anything, is probably just himself using that veteran experience, giving himself time to just get a bit more oxygen back into them lungs. But Roman, again, is having none of it as he fights out, and instead he's going to shoot the elbow straight into that stomach, taking that wind back out of him. And another powerbomb coming here. No, pile driver. No, it's reversed. Sami just throws him straight up over the back. And can you imagine if Sami picks up the win tonight? Beautiful snap suplex, float over as well. We've got a pin, 1, 2, and Roman kicks out. Yeah, got to keep going for them covers and keeping the pressure on Roman at the minute, and he's doing it really well. Blue Thunder Bomb maybe, no. Roman shifts the weight there at just the right time and gets himself probably back into control. It's been a very close fought physical match, this one. Here's one of them slams we saw last week from Roman. He's walking to that corner again. This will be the third spear attempt. He's missed 2 now and hit just the 1. You might have to do something different in this one, Roman. Sami keeps on seeing that spear coming. But can you imagine at the moment if Sami does pick up the win here, and himself will then move to 2 victories like Nia Jax, but Roman will be 0 for 2 as the champion, and surely Sami works himself into some kind of title match if he picks up the win here tonight, although Owens would argue that he did get the pinfall last week as well. Roman off a headbutt, he's going for the cover here. It's a 2 and it's a 3. Wow. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic, the way that ended. But I'm pretty sure that Roman's not going to care about that. Sami rolls out of the ring really disappointed there that he couldn't kick out of that one. For everything he's put into this match and everything he took tonight to lose to a headbutt. Wow. Well, okay. That is gonna do it for tonight then, I suppose. I really, once again, I really enjoyed hanging out with you all and making these videos. I've tried a few different things in the past, but this at the moment I'm really enjoying making these. I hope that comes across to you all, and I hope you're all enjoying them too. And I will see you all then in the next one for the next edition of SmackDown.